surprised I didn't hit start. I made the whole salad, talk to you, and didn't hit start. Okay. What I was saying was, just got back. I made a salad. I took my Cobb salad and I added chicken because it comes with ham, feta, strawberries and tomatoes. And that's that. Oh. Need to grab a fork. Can't believe I did all of that. Talk to you. Anyway, as I was saying, Deputy Chief Manning is becoming our first female fire chief on the 30th. That's so exciting. And I was telling my friend, who was the first female firefighter in town, that she could have easily been chief. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Deputy Chief Manning. She's wonderful and she'll make a wonderful chief. But I'll always have a soft spot for Pauline, you know, because she gave me months more with my father that I wouldn't have had her and her partner not been there on the spot. The chief was there and they saved his life, you know, and got something to the hospital the doctors could work with, you know, and I appreciate that. And I told her that my mother had passed away. I saw my friend Mike from school. I forgot he had been a firefighter for a while. He blew up an engine trying to pump water, and he was pumping hot water. The chief was telling that story. That is so funny. He was talking about when they first got gear to be able to go inside a building, because they were kind of known as quote-unquote cellar savers, because couldn't really go in a building because they didn't, you know, that gear was just coming to be. And so him and a guy I've known all my life who retired as a captain himself,
an elegant touch.
Oops, let me pause that. Sorry. Volunteered to be the first ones to go in with those, you know, with the face gear and stuff. And then he lost track of Joe. And so he said, I'll just take off my mask. The smoke's not that bad. He said, I instantly put it back on. It was that bad. He said, I got outside and everybody's laughing. Joe was already outside. He had made it out. It was a kitchen fire, so they wanted to go in and put it out, try to save some of the structure, which usually wasn't a possibility, like I said, because they hadn't had that kind of equipment, and they had just gotten it. Neither one of them, none of them had worn it. So, anyway, it's, and he's wondering why everybody's laughing at him. Well, when he came out the door, the Christmas wreath that had been hanging on the door was now hanging on him. That is so funny. And he didn't know it. Then today, I have to go up to the town manager and tell him he's got a tick on his shoulder, which turned out to be a mosquito. Not something you want to get bit by anyway. It was just sitting on the shoulder of his t-shirt. He clapped, he did everything, and it was still sitting there. He gave a whole speech. I'm like, crap. I don't want that to crawl up and get, you know, in his neck or anything. So when I finally found him later, I let him know, and he thanked me. And the gentleman that was with him said, I think that's actually a mosquito. I couldn't believe it sat there that long. I think he was surprised. But you have to wait. You know, somebody's giving a speech, and then he walked way out of frame. We are going to be on TV, on the cable access channel with our presentation. They were also taking pictures, I believe, for our little local newspaper, which I will definitely look for in the next week. But anyway, not going to be this week. It'll be the following week, because I think the date to have it in by has already passed, because the thing came out today. So it'll be today's Thursday. Paper came out today, so it'll be in next week's. It's called the Tribune. It's a little free newspaper that we get on weekends. It used to be called the Weekender, because there used to be another paper on Wednesdays that was called the Tribune. And it was like 50 cents, 25 cents. It was really cheap. And that was the Tribune. And then the Weekender was the free one. But now the free one is the Tribune, and they've done away with the Weekender, as they called it. And it comes out on Thursdays. So. That is that. And of course, I know John's daughters. I know his wife. She's the town clerk. She's retiring next year herself. And and I texted his niece to let her know. Hopefully she'll get back to me. If that's even still her number, I might have to write to her another way. Even though she lives in Georgia, I still wanted her to know, hey, your uncle's retiring, by the way, you know. He's given so much service to the community. And I grew up with his niece, right next door to his sister, you know. His niece is about 3 years younger than me, I believe. Not much. His kids are a lot younger than me. They're like in their 20s. Heather might be 30. Maybe. So, so they're a lot younger than me. But I think he's younger than his sister. His sister passed away. So, his sister would be about a little younger than my mother. She'd be about 70-ish now. Wow. He's in his 60s. He's younger than her. But I am going to eat my salad, which is right there. I tried to make it on camera. We're also making cookies tomorrow on camera. I remember to hit the stupid button. These take to the Historical Society. So let's make sure used by. I'm pretty sure it's fine. Oh God, I can't even read it. Guys, I can't read it. Okay, here we go. Oh, used by December of 2027. I'm looking at this. I can't read it. Anyway, I'll make those. They're brand new anyway. So I'm gonna have my fly get away from me. So thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.